So after last week's video, you will always be ready to shoot. But maybe you have your setup ready, but you don't really know what to shoot, how to get started, and how to get off that chair. So let me give you a tip. How do you motivate yourself to just create non-stop? Let's talk productivity, creativity, and getting out of your comfort zone. The comfortable road is without any obstruction, and thus there's no reason to innovate. However, the road with obstructions requires you to find a solution. Be creative, because there are hundreds of ways to overcome it. The downside of these obstructions is that when they become too big, too paramount, it will cause most people to stop and turn around, which ends up in not creating anything at all, and not following the path until its destination. So in the end, it's about finding exactly the right amount of discomfort. You need to get to the zone of safe discomfort, because that is the zone where you will thrive. And you can actually compare it very well to running. Only by adding the discomfort of running faster, longer, or more frequently, you get better at what you're doing. But how does that translate to photography? Well, actually, there's not one answer to this question. However, I do have a tip of finding this zone of safe discomfort within your immediate surroundings. The first step would be to note down the interests you have outside of photography. These interests can be literally anything. And when I say anything, I mean anything. Pottery, football, fashion, cycling, art, gardening, music. The second step would be to find people who share these interests and hobbies with you, and then involve your photography. So let's take coffee as an example and run with it. So I decided to look in my immediate surroundings, and I know that Utrecht has many coffee shops that have very unique characteristics. So I chose one, which is Jacques, because I think they have a very strong visual image, and this is how it worked out. But how does this exercise help you with your productivity, creativity, and finding the zone of safe discomfort? Well, it's actually quite easy why it works this way, and it comes down to 3 factors. First of all, familiarity. Because you're interested in this topic, you will have prior knowledge about this subculture. You know the lingo, you know what people find interesting, or that you at least know people who are in the same subculture. Network. Chances are that if you are involved in this scene, if you love this scene, and if you love this information, that you know people who do it. And thus you have a very clear path to people you can reach out to, or at least they are a familiar face. The third reason why this works is that you produce and consume a lot of content within the subculture. You know what works visually. You probably have seen a lot of commercials about this topic. If you love cycling, you've seen cycling ads. The algorithm has been feeding this to you, and it's very easy to get access to this and thus be inspired. And it is through all these things that you actually come into a zone of discomfort. Creating something new, trying new things with your photography, and just putting yourself out there, which is scary enough on its own. However, you do it within a zone where you feel safe, which will get you off that freaking couch.